Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with Cheerful Greetings, and this is the day before Christmas Eve. So everyone's just dragging around, or they're in a hurry, rushing to get a lot of stuff done. So to go along with the speed, why don't we drag some ink? So this is ink dragging, okay? I have some cards here, plastic cards. It came in my insurance. I got a new card in my insurance, and this is that page, one that says it was left intended to be black or blank. So anyway, I've been using this, or you can use a credit card, or I wouldn't suggest your driver's license, but a plastic card of some sort. And we're going to do some ink dragging. I have my favorite ink, which is walnut stain. And what I'm going to do is, let's see, which one do I want to do first? We'll do this one, the calm one first. This card, my blank card, is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You can see that it goes completely over the base. This is going to be my image card, image piece. So this one is 4 by 5 1/4, if you want to use these measurements. And it'll go on like this. So you won't see the white till you open it up. Okay, let's go with our focus piece. And we're going to take our little plastic card here. And I have just refilled my ink, so hopefully I can get enough off of it. Now I'm scribbling some ink on to this card, and you can't see much on it, but we'll see what we can do. Now, if I had put the designer paper on this, I wouldn't be able to get the streaks and all like I'm getting now. It would be more solid, it'd be more like this, solid piece. And that's okay that some of it's solid. I want some of it to have that rough look. So we'll work with this a little bit more, see what we get. You notice I'm going this one direction. I'm not going this way. But if you want the ink to go that way, that would have been fine. I could have done the ink going that sideways. And I could also kind of change my mind when I put it on the card. I can have it this way. I can have it landscape. And I may do this one with the landscape. We'll see how it works out. Now, I don't want to completely cover the whole piece of designer paper. I just want it blotchy. Let me get a little bit here on the end. Okay, now let's put our card together. And I think I'm going to do it landscape. Give me a second. this going. Okay. A little piece of the glue is up here. And I twist it over to the front. We just get rid of that, like that. Now, it looks a mess like that, but we're not finished. Now, I made one earlier that's like this, and I wanted to show you this. You can see the way the ink did, the splotchiness. I put the image of this lady inside of a frame, and I think that is highlighted enough, even though the background is very busy, and but it gives a vintage look to it. I'm going to use one that's not a square. That's a little butterfly. This is real heavy cardboard hem. I've had these for ages. So it's time to use some of this stuff. Do you hoard stuff and not use it because you like it so well? I do. And this started to come up, the whole thing by itself, but I can use that center. So we leave the center on there. Now we just about have our card finished here. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to put an image inside. Instead, I'm going to put one of these three-dimensional medallions inside my frame. Just something to decorate the card with. And this is a landscape card. It will open up from the bottom. And I think the background makes it interesting, and it obliterates the pattern that was on the paper to begin with. Okay, let's get us out another piece of designer paper, and we will do the same thing to it, and you will see that it will have an entirely different appearance from the previous two. And I will fast forward it, but you will have the same, it's done the same way. I'm using a card to transfer my ink onto the paper, and I'm dragging it, and it will be splotchy, and that is the technique, is to make it that way. Notice as I put the ink onto my designer paper that the 3 circles in the middle, the yellow ones, will be completely disintegrated. You won't see them at all. And the intensity of the red and blue circles will be lessened quite a bit. They won't have that strong contrast as it does when I first started. And this is my finished background piece. So we'll put it on a card and we'll compare with the other 2 that we made. Below each one of the cards is the designer paper as it was originally. So you can see the difference in them after you do a little ink dragging over them. So I'm going to put the papers underneath each of the cards so you can see the difference. On this green one, you can barely see the pattern in the paper after I did the ink dragging. Two of the cards are done in landscape, and the one in the middle is done in portrait mode. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please come back and see me and see what I have in store for you for next time. Have a great crafting day, and may I wish you a Merry Christmas and a very happy and prosperous New Year. Hope to see you next time. Bye.